a residential building hit by a missile in the Ukrainian capital Kyiv as Russia continues its military advance. And in a new video message, President Volodymyr Zelensky says they will continue to fight as long as it takes. Sweden joins Poland's national football team in refusing to play Russia in a World Cup playoff next month.
A moment a missile slammed into an apartment block in the south of the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv. Nobody was killed, but the attack's evidence, say the Ukrainian authorities, of Russia's willingness to hit civilian targets.
We managed to escape.
Russia, meanwhile, appears to be sending even more troops and hardware across the border into the country, while insisting it's not targeting Ukrainian cities.
During the night, the Russian military used long-range, high-precision weapons, sea and air-launched cruise missiles to strike the targets among the Ukrainian military infrastructure. I'd like to state once again, strikes are only aimed at Ukrainian military targets.
And in the city of Kharkiv, a Russian missile landed in a children's playground.
Good morning, Ukrainians. There has been a lot of fake information online saying that I'm calling on our army to lay down arms and to evacuate. Listen, I am here. We will not lay down any weapons. We will defend our state because our weapon is our truth. And the truth is that this is our land, our country, and our children. And we will defend all of that. That's all I wanted to tell you.
In the village of Bakhmash in northern Ukraine, Russian forces were met by angry civilians. One man trying to stop an advancing tank with his bare hands. Before being pulled to safety.
A 25-story apartment block was hit in the Ukrainian capital in the morning, before any warnings of an air raid.
We managed to escape. We were lucky. It hit our living room directly. My wife and my eldest child's legs are broken. My youngest was taken to somewhere by rescuers. I'm looking for him now.
It's just one of several videos showing rockets hitting residential areas of Kiev overnight and on Saturday. Still, Russia's defense minister says only military sites are being targeted.
Let me stress once again, there is no damage to residential and social infrastructure. Russian armed forces have hit 821 pieces of Ukrainian military infrastructure.
Air raid sirens continue to ring out across the capital. Mostly, the streets are quiet as people heed the government's advice to take shelter. Ukrainian police are carrying out checks and arresting suspects as street fighting has begun in Kiev. President Volodymyr Zelensky has refused an offer from the US to evacuate him. Instead, he sent citizens a message from the streets.
Ukrainians, there has been a lot of fake news circulating online, according to which I called the army to lay down weapons and I plan to evacuate. Let me say this, I am here. No weapons are laid down. We will defend our state because we have the right to bear arms in our fight to defend our soil. We will defend our children and we will defend our families. This is what I wanted to tell you. Long live Ukraine.
Ukrainian soldiers say this is what is left of a Russian convoy they destroyed on its way to Kiev. The president says his military is successfully fending off assaults on the capital, but it's unclear how far Russian soldiers have advanced. Fighting persists near the capital and there are skirmishes inside. It's been suggested that only small Russian units are testing Ukraine's defenses before the main forces are sent in.
Zelensky also says he's refused an offer from Washington to get him out of the country.
і успішно відбиваємо атаки ворога.
We have withstood and are successfully repelling enemy attacks. The fighting goes on. We already have full support from EU countries for disconnecting Russia from SWIFT. I hope that Germany and Hungary will have the courage to support this decision. We have the courage to defend our homeland, to defend Europe.
Ми зламали їхній задум.
Germany is sending lethal assistance to Ukraine, and the Netherlands has also pledged more lethal assistance, anti-tank weapons and surface-to-air missiles. EU foreign ministers are contemplating a third round of sanctions on Russia. They're going to meet on Sunday to discuss what action to take in the face of this Russian military action. Safety, but also because of active saboteurs. Anyone found on the streets of the capital during curfew hours, they're at risk of being arrested because of fears they may be acting on behalf of the Russians. The mayor has told residents to remain vigilant.
What do sabotage groups look like? They're armed, in civilian uniform, and speak Russian. Therefore, if you see suspicious people, report it to law enforcement. Also be vigilant. Destroy the marks that the enemy has placed in the capital to target firing. It will be difficult, but we must persevere.